And I'm just gonna make a little bit of a bigger swing. It's not too bad, huh? There we go. Look at that, checked up a little, not bad. There you go. Dude, look how crisp you guys are hitting now.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, we hit that one bad. See, we all hit one bad. It happens.
Wow.
I had to make sure I had it down first.
All right, so what club do you have in hand?
I have a 58.
Okay. That is, from here, that is not my experience today in my...
Fresh grooves is always the key. Chipping, number one. Keep your grooves clean. Use this wire brush, tee, keep it clean. So, we got a shot here, it's probably 25 yards. Just off the green, we got green to work with, we got pretty much an equal amount of green and fairway to cover. And these are the shots that I think a lot of amateurs kind of fear. I think some of them will hit it fat, they'll skull it, they try to get cute instead of simplifying it. So my whole career chipping, I was always taught feet close together, bodies open, club faces here. We kind of move the club along our body line. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I had a seminar I went to in May, it's a PGA seminar, and I met an instructor, and I'm gonna give her a shout out. Her name's Taylor Lamerson. She's out of Chicago. We were doing a clinic and she's teaching her chipping technique shit she has, and I go, I don't agree with a single thing about it. And then I did it, and I have yet to change. I have stuck to her technique, and I have chipped, and my short game's been the best it's probably ever been, even when I play professionally. It's unbelievable. And so all it is instead of getting all creative of open stance, club in the back of the stance, I just keep the club square to my target. It's in the middle of my stance, my body and everything is parallel, like I'm hitting a normal golf shot. Feet are close together still, body's parallel, choke up a little weight forward, and all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna rock my shoulders back and through just like a putting stroke. And it's just gonna build nothing but consistency. And so I'm just gonna do that over and over, and I'm not trying to do anything fancy. Just rock my shoulders. And you can kind of see that little zip it's getting on, and you can hear how crispy it is. That's just from speed. Lean forward, rock my shoulders. And so it's one of the greatest chipping techniques I've ever learned in my life. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I was blown away, and I've played in tournaments, and I still to this day will text her and be like, I hate you for teaching me this chipping technique because it's so damn good. And I've taught it to more of my students, and I'm just simplifying the shot, and there's nothing like that. Like, that's gonna go almost. And so we're not getting cute, I want you guys to try it. We're not getting cute, and if I was gonna try to hit it higher, same setup, club face is just a little more open, and it pops up higher in the air. Now, I don't suggest that shot, obviously, but I want you guys to try this. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very, very simple. It's literally the best chipping technique I've ever learned. What do you have?
50.
50, perfect. So just set up square to the target. Club face is square, club face in the middle of your stance. So middle of your stance, a little more here. Nope, you went to the front. There you go, right there. Little weight forward. And all I want you to think about, let the club be let go. Natural, there we go, right there. All I want you to think about is you're just making basically a putting stroke. And just let your body turn. Okay, not bad. So do it again, but give me a little speed. Kind of saw the speed I had?
Yep.
So when we're set up like this, I'm set up here, I want you to watch. You kind of went like that. Notice how when I make this swing, I'm still finishing like moving. A golf shot. Good. I want you to hit it though. Like, don't be scared. There we go. Look at that, checked up a little, not bad.
Huh. This is interesting. I like this way better.
So I hit the same shot with this, 56. So we have less loft now, so we have to do what? It's a little more speed.
A little more speed.
But not much. Weights just a tad forward and just rock the shoulders back. Good.
Huh.
So now here's the crazy thing. You've hit 3 in a row. How crisp has every single one sounded?
A lot crispier.
Yeah, I know.
I feel more confident in this than what I was doing, which has actually
exactly. And that's what blew my mind as I'm sitting here at a PGA seminar with a bunch of pros, and she goes, "No, do this. Everything you've done is wrong." I said, "Well, you're wrong because I've learned from some of the best, and now it's one of the most consistent." Look at that.
Oh
Every contact you've made has been crisp and consistent. But you were probably taught the same way, right? Stance is open, we're kind of hinge the hands forward, you know.
Yeah,
and we're just simplifying it.
Yeah, so like, this is what I was taught. You just...
So now hit the shot the way you were taught. How'd that work out for you?
Hey, you know what? You just made me hit 3 in a row. No, that is...
Let's go. So same thing again. So set up square to the target, ball's in the middle of our stance, and all we're gonna do is just gonna rock the shoulders back like a putting stroke, and just give it a little speed. Crisp. Crisp.
And
Look at that.
I felt like it was a little thin.
Action on it too.
I felt that was a little more thin too. That's crazy.
But the consistency is there.
Yeah.
It's still to this day is blowing my mind, this technique I learned. And I've taught it to every student now, and everything I've taught about a simple chip shot like this, I've literally just basically forgotten. There you go. Crispy. Look at that.
What in the world?
And the distance control will come as you learn.
Yeah.
But every one you've hit that technique has been what? Solid and crisp.
Yeah.
Every single one.
That's ridiculous.
It's wild, huh?
Yeah.
I know. I'm still.
I know.
I'm still.
I know.
I learned this back in May, and I'm still mind blown. And it's July, and I'm still blown away right now.
I mean, still,
So let's say now you had this club, and you had to hit it just to the back of the green.
the back of the green?
Yeah. So give me the same technique, just obviously a little more speed, right?
Yeah.
So go towards the back of the green, square up, and just try to hit to the back of the green. Boom. That obviously would have got, look at that thing, got action on it, a little spin.
What in the world?
I know. That's the exact, I was in Dallas in this seminar, that's the exact reaction I had. I looked at this PGA instructor and I just looked and go, like, everything I've learned is so wrong.
Yeah,
like, it's unbelievable. We're learning constantly as pros. I'm learning constantly. This is amazing.
You would think that you would just catch that leading edge a little.
No.
So like if the grass is coming towards you, right? Would that still work?
It still would work. We'd have to have a little bit more speed to get through.
Okay.
It's probably gonna grab. Luckily here we don't have that in this root system. Grass like that's rare to find out here, but you will. Like grainy type of grass.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Yoch has some of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yoch has that grainy grass.
Yeah.
So with that stuff, we're just gonna have a little bit more speed coming through the ball, because what happens if we just go smooth like we are right now, that's gonna grab and it's gonna stick, and then you hit it usually probably fat.
Yeah.
So pretty freaking wild, right? I mean, those are all pretty good, I'd say. Nice and square. Ball's in the middle of our stance.
Do you lean forward at all?
A little bit. So here's 50-50. If I'm hitting the shot, I'm here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm maybe 65%.
Okay.
So now your ball is in the front of your stance. I want it in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, good. So now let go of the club. Let go of the club. I want that club to rest neutral right there. Okay, wait till it's forward. Now just make that stroke. Feel like you're putting almost. Just rock the shoulders. So not bad, but you're very wristy.
Yeah.
The difference between him and you.
Okay.
You're very wristy. When you took it back, it was very like this. And if you watch when I do this,
okay.
I'm not wristy. We're turning with the body. Just rock the shoulders. Square setup, ball in the middle stance, good. That was crisp. What club do you have?
54.
Okay. Do it again. 2 in a row, crisp.
It checks too. That's so weird.
It's because we're hitting the clubs. We're hitting the club in such a better position.
Yeah.
And nice and square, and it's riding at the face good. So now go, that's a 60. So same shot. Boom. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. It's crazy how much it checks now. Like my chips don't usually check.
And that's just because the contact's getting better and how it's coming in. Same thing again. Rock the shoulders back to the road. There you go. Oh, that's got a little, that checked up good. Look at that.
Ew.
It's crazy, huh? It's mind blown.
It is redonk.
That is weird. How come mine's going a little lower though?
Dude, you're hitting it good. Why are you complaining? No,
Okay,
I'm just joking.
you're right.
So yours is going a little lower because you do have a little more forward shaft lean.
Okay.
So compared to how my shots are when you watch me hit them, because you watch mine, they still come a little low, but they're not crazy low.
Yeah.
But so I'll show you. So here's my setup. You're a little more like this.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you got a little more forward shaft lean. So that's taking the club from here and just going that.
Okay.
And so when you change something by 2 or 3 degrees, that can change the launch angle a lot.
Okay.
So that's why when I grabbed your hands earlier, I try to say, keep it just neutral. I don't really want the forward shaft lean because when we rock,
I see.
when we rock the shoulders, that
should
club's gonna naturally come in
Yeah.
already with the forward shaft.
Okay.
There you go.
Kind of like that.
Dude, look how crisp you guys are hitting it now.
Yeah. So that's cool from the fairway. Is it the same from the rough?
No.
Right.
I mean,
like,
yes and no, but no, not really.
okay.
But look at that. Look how crispy he's hitting them now. And they're just checking.
Well, I tried something with that one.
But
I just moved the ball up a ball.
and that's
to
just
see if
gonna
I can
change
get it
launch.
higher.
That's all it's gonna do.
Yeah. So.
And the same thing
All
would go is if I'm all the way back here, this is how crazy this technique is. If I'm back here at, this is probably what, 45 yards? Back in the day, I'd have the face a little more open. I'm trying to hit this shot like this. I'm gonna sit here now and take the same setup, and I'm just gonna make a little bit of a bigger swing. It's not too bad, huh?
That's gross.
What in the? It's
But all I'm
disgusting.
doing is I've taken that technique to here. Now, I wouldn't probably go any more past that for me, at least.
Yeah.
As I started getting out there, it's gonna change.
Right.
But when I have the screen to work with, if you notice, it's just now just a little bit bigger, more speed. It's by far, in my opinion, the greatest chipping technique I've ever learned. And I've worked with some great top instructors in my life.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's one of the best that I've ever learned.
That's probably the most consistent.
And that's,
Yeah.
and that's what we're looking for, is consistency.
Yeah.
And then here's my big thing. The distance control for you guys, a couple of them sometimes are short, a couple of them sometimes are long.
Yeah.
But you notice how the contact every single time is perfect?
Yeah.
It's crisp every time. So if
Yeah.
we get that down every time, you're gonna build consistency, so you'll start to learn how to control distance.
I feel like even with this technique, I'm using the bounce better too.
You are.
So even if I hit behind, it'll still kind of be a little bit more forgiving. That's kind of nice.
Yeah. So really quickly, like what we don't have to teach it right now, but like concept-wise, why is it different from the rough than from the fairway? Because I'm in the rough. You might be in the fairway, but that's why I always lay up to like 100 yards.
So the rough's a little thicker, obviously. You want a little more leading edge.
Okay.
And so your setup's gonna be a little different. I'm gonna set up probably the same still when I'm in the rough. So if we'll take the rough here, for example, I don't have a ball,
Here, I'll get it.
but I'm gonna still set up kind of the same, but I'm gonna have that club, if we're looking from this angle, instead of that ball being in the middle here, I'm gonna have it just a little more towards the back, just so that way that leading edge can come in a little bit more and dig. So if I hit, and I'll hit 2 shots right here to the green, if I hit this shot with the normal technique from like the fairway there, you'll kind of notice it kind of grabs. I can feel it grab.
That's still a really good shot.
Is that like second nature? You just kind of know that you're in the rough, so you got to put a little more speed on the ball?
Yes, that's not supposed to be that good.
It's like 4 feet.
But here's the thing, when I hit that shot, I can feel it grab.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the rough now, I'm gonna take the same kind of square setup, but I'm gonna put the ball a little more in the back of the stance. And that way I can get the leading edge to dig a little more. And so that came out a little easier. Now, do you notice how between those two balls, the second one I hit was a little bit higher, right?
Yeah.
Even though it was in the back of the stance, it was a little higher because I was able to get more ball on club.
Yeah.
When it was in the front, I got more rough that I'm coming in contact with before I get to the ball, so it makes that ball come out a little lower.
Do you open the club face too to get it smoother
Those two
out?
shots, I basically had the club square.
Okay.
Yeah. What
You
a
said
lot
you
of
had it
people
squared?
Yeah. So what a lot of people do, they're gonna sit this shot right here, and they're gonna lay the face open like this. And what's gonna happen is that right there. It's just gonna get chunked and come short. So we gotta simplify the shot. So, and this is probably a 35-yard shot, I'd say 35 yards probably. It's sitting in the rough. Let's get a little worse lie here. And it's sitting down a little. Let's go. There we go. Just sitting down a little bit. When I set up to this, as I'm set up, I'm pretty square to my target. The ball's a little more towards the back. I'm leaning forward, a little way forward, and I'm still making that rocking motion with my shoulders.
What in the world?
So that's what we want to do when we're in the rough. I'm not trying to get fancy. I'm not trying to do anything. Now, I put this ball in the front of my stance. Just watch the difference of what you hear the contact and what the ball does. So you can hear how that one's a little heavier.
Was that supposed to be a bad shot?
But what I'm getting at, the point is I can feel the club grabbing. I'm making an adjustment in the swing. But ideally in the rough, I want ball a little more back of the stance. Same would go if I was gonna chip to you. Just stay right where you are.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'm good, I won't hit you. So if the ball's sitting in the rough, boom, we're sitting down like that. I'm still gonna be nice and parallel, but I'm gonna put this ball in the back of my stance and I'm gonna lean forward. Why? Because I'm gonna let that leading edge hit, and all I'm gonna do is just, boom. So letting that leading edge hit and come down is what we want. If I sit here and hit that same shot now, and the setup we just learned in the fairway, ball in the middle of the stance, see how that ball came out lower?
Yeah.
Not as controlled. The other one came out high and soft.
Yeah.
And it's really weird, right? Because you're like, well, the one out of the rough, we're in the back of the stance, we actually have less loft.
Yeah.
But we're getting better ball contact, so the ball's able to get in the air better. When we have it normal, we're getting so much grass in the way, it's not getting out. So you watch like US Open.
Yeah.
Guys are in the fairway, they got that nasty, thick rough. They will do everything to come in really steep at the golf ball because it gets the leading edge to dig into the ground.
Okay.
So from that position, parallel setup, ball middle of our stance, we rock our shoulders. From the rough, same complete setup. The only difference is I'm gonna have that ball sitting more towards the back of my stance. And with that being said, I'll hit shots like that all day. Watch this, that's good. That might go in the hole. That might go in the hole. That might go in the hole. So.
That's less than a foot.
There's your chipping lesson. This technique right here, I think if anybody watches your videos, if you guys take this, I mean, it's a game changer. I mean, you guys can hear the technique. It's crispy every time.
Yeah, I don't think me and LB hit a bad shot using that.
No.
It was all crisp.
It was all crisp, just distance control is off because you have to learn now.
Yeah.
And when you hit some of them really good, you can get that little, checks up a little bit.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Of course, anytime, guys.
All right, so it's Mark Toscano again from
Emerald Lakes Golf Course.
Emerald Lakes Golf Course.
Who brought this guy?
It's a little hot. And yeah, we'll see him again pretty soon. All right, guys, till next time.
Have a good one.